Hello, Bob at the Deck Store. Today we're going to talk about the new Trex lights. This is specifically Lighthub technology Trex lights. These are a really neat new innovation that Trex has come up with, but I think a simple thing got overlooked at the manufacturing. That is, how do you chain a series of these together? Right now, when you purchase one of these lights, they come with a single cable that comes out of the lights. And the expectation, according to the directions, is that you go to a common hub. Well, in a lot of cases, maybe you want to have a set of stair lights. You want to plug one light into another light to another light. Well, ideally, it would have two wires coming out of the bottom. I'm going to show anyone watching this video a simple way to convert a Trex light into a light that you can hook up in a chain or a series type. It's still going to be a parallel connection, of course, because it's a DC light. That applies not only to the post lights, the cap lights, the riser lights, and the deck lights. So this same thing is going to apply to all of them. The most important consideration is that it's the Lighthub technology. You can identify it because it's got the plug-and-play ends. It's going to have a 6-inch lead, and then it's going to have another end coming off. So what we're going to demonstrate in this segment of the video today is how to convert the Lighthub technology into a serializable light. That is where we can have a pigtail and join a light to a light to a light to a light and save having to do all the light hubs and have a much cleaner, neater installation. You can run these in long strips that way. And this applies to any of the Trex lights. So for a detailed explanation, what we're going to do is strip these wires off of the light hub and the extension cables. And we're going to pair up the 3 red leaded wires. And if you look closely, you'll see there's a red stripe on one and nothing or small right on the other. We're going to pair them up into 2 groups of 3 like that. We'll need to strip the wires, and we could simply apply a wire nut to the ends, or what I like to use are these telecommunication crimp-on wire connectors. We're going to be able to push all 3 leads into this at the same time, and we're going to crimp it down. It's going to create a weatherproof, a really small, neat, tight package for the lighting. So let's start with a brand new fixture and go through this step by step, and I'll put this together. Let's see how long this takes. So we're going to open this one up. Stretch out our cables. Now these are polarity corrected. They're only going to fit in together one direction. I'm going to cut off the excess lead and discard the male end of the cord. On the light, we'll have a 6-inch cable remaining. On this one, I'm going to cut this one in half. And now I've got 3 components. I've got a cable with a male end, about 5 feet long. I've got a fixture, doesn't matter what type of fixture, as long as it's a Trex, the new Lighthub fixture. And I've got a female end to receive the next cable. So what we're going to do is strip apart these twin lead wires. And they come apart relatively easy. We haven't exposed any of the copper core inside of here. We're just simply stripping away the wires. A number of ways you can do it. Just peel them apart. And what we want to pay attention to on these wires is the stripes on the side. This one has a red stripe. This side has some very fine red lettering or very, very little markings whatsoever. So we want to pair up all of our red lines together and all of our non-coated lines together. To fit in these telecommunication connectors, we just need to strip a little bit off the ends, about a 1/2 inch off of every wire connector, leaving the bare wire exposed. Just twist it together nice and neat. Now typically with these wire connectors, there's no need to strip the wire, although these are a pretty fine connector. You'll have to get the next size bigger. Typically they're orange or blue to do it without stripping the wires. So it's not imperative that you strip the wires. You could just take the free lead and push it in, but this is just 1 gauge too small. So to make it fit, we're gonna strip off the wires. So we're gonna make a mechanical connection using these hubs. So 3 wires in. and they're transparent so you can verify that you're going all the way through to the other side of the connector when you look inside of it. So you can see that the wire's gone all the way through. So I'm going to do my red set first, not that it makes any difference, but I'm going to place all 3 red inside. I think part of the reason I like using these telecommunication connectors is because they're kind of fun to work with. You simply take a pliers and you snap them shut, and that completes the connection. It releases a little packet of silicone gel. You get a nice solid professional connection that looks great, and it's not going to corrode or have a water issue. So let's do the other side, and we'll have a completed set that we can join together. Hopefully this has been a helpful informational video for you. Save you some time, make your deck project a little bit more fun. I think we did this in about a minute and a half per light. Not a hard job at all to put these together. With all 3 inserted, we simply crimp it. You can verify in the back that they all made connections, and we're good to go. There we have it. A Lighthub modified light that can join up to a Lighthub modified light, and we can continue this process for as long as we want. And when you get to the very end light, you don't need to do that. You can simply plug the cable in and you're all set. So now we've made series lights out of all of our wiring. Thank you.